And I got the Navy to send me to grad school, and I started the very first financial service on the internet in 1993. And when I was 29 years old, that company was acquired for $20 million. Woohoo! Right? 2 years later, I left and started another company in artificial intelligence. It was the technology behind Google AdWords, and I sold that company to Lycos for $300 million. And
300 million.
then we took Lycos public for $5 billion.
Boom. Boom.
So I've been doing this for quite a long time. In fact,
You're good.
recently, how many people here play Call of Duty, Fortnite, any of those video games? A bunch of people. You know when you're on the microphone and you're smack talking that 12-year-old who just beat you? I did that company that does all the voice over IP for video games. So I've been building companies for a while. And I'm going to talk to you today about NDAO. But I want to start off by talking a little bit about the tower and the square. Okay, I want you guys to visualize. Out on the mountaintop, there's this tower. And in that tower is the king and the queen and the court and all the people who control the kingdom. And below that tower is a square, a town square. And it's got the merchants, it's got the people, it's got the military, all hustling and bustling, right? They're all out there talking. So I want to ask you a question. Where do you think in this kingdom the power really is? Is it in the tower with the king and the queen? No? Or is it with the town square? Well, back then, 1,000 years ago, we didn't have the internet. So you could argue maybe half and half. Maybe half and half. So if you fast forward a little bit in history, this is important, guys. Super. I'm going to blow your mind here. I'm going to change the way you guys think about what you guys do, okay? That's my goal here. I'm trying to inspire you. And then I'm going to talk about NDAO because I'm watching the clock. Oh, shit. Okay? So let's fast forward a little bit. In the French Revolution, we had, right, the British Empire, and we had the French Revolution, Napoleon, and the empire, the people in the tower, they needed to get money, gold, to France to support the partisans to overturn Napoleon, right? And there was a family of 8 brothers, I think, the Rothschilds. And what did they have? What did they have? Today, do you know who the Rothschilds are, right?
Rothschilds.
Okay, the richest family in the world, right? You could argue one of them. What did they have? What were they? They were a smuggling network. That's what they were. They had a network through Europe to smuggle gold. And then what wound up happening? They had so much power that they wound up becoming the network of what? The network of what? Debt. If you needed a loan, you had to go through their network. I swear to God, I went to Carnegie Mellon. It's a bastion of geekery. This is the only equation in the whole presentation. What do you guys do for a living? You're network marketers. You're network marketers. Okay? What's the value of a network? If I have one person in the network and I add another person to the network, what's the value of it? Is it 2? No. This equation says that's an n squared. If I have 2 people in the network, the value of the network is what? 4. Think of the power here. This is exponential, folks. The power of the network is 4. If I have 10 people in the network, what's the value of the network? 100. If I have 20,000 people in my network, what's the value? If everybody in the network, what's the value of the network? 400 million. 400 million. Brian just talked about Apple Computer. The iPhone came out. Anybody know when it came out? Some of you maybe? June 29th, 2007. The value of Apple's stock at that point was $100 billion. $100 billion. Anybody here know what the value of it is today? 2.7 trillion. That's the power. So if you guys are network marketing, what's your job? What's your job? Your job is to build a network as fast as you possibly can and to grow that network. Okay? I was a fighter pilot. My motto was speed is life. And the people that I most admired when I was a military pilot were the gunslingers. Okay? The people fighting the fight. You guys are the gunslingers. And your power is this network. In fact, it turns out that the network is the most powerful force in the universe. This is new, by the way. I didn't know this. When I started my first company, by the way, I spent my life building the internet. I spent my life building the mobile network. I spent my life building the gaming network. Okay, today I'm an investor. I run a $200 million hedge fund and a venture capital fund, and this is what I do. Okay, and what I finally figured out is that the most powerful force in the universe is the network. And this is new, by the way. This is new. And guess what? Everybody in this room, you guys are the gunslingers. This is new. We're just figuring out how to do this. And you guys are learning how to do this in real time. You're building more value at an exponential rate, okay, than anybody in history. I'm not a betting man, believe it or not. I'm an investor, but I will bet you, okay, that there will be many, many, many people in this audience that'll be worth $100+ million. No doubt in my mind. Why? Because of that power. So I want you to change your mindset here. I'm looking at the clock going, man, I haven't even talked about Endow yet. I want